On the news at 1, President Bola Tinubu promises to turn around the situations for the good of greater number of Nigerians. Federal governments alert states and relevant agencies on Cameroon plans to open the Lagdo Dam to a river. And aftermath of Garki building collapse, member representing Ahmad Buhari Federal Constituency commiserates with victims. A very good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the 1 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja, the unitary station. First, we'll begin from the presidency. Nigeria is confronted with many social and economic challenges currently, but President Bola Tinubu has again promised to continue to take hard decisions necessary to turn around the situation for the good of the greater number of Nigerians. It was a pledge he made at the opening of the 2023 Annual General Conference of the Nigerian Bar Association (NBA) in Abuja. State House correspondent Musbahud Wahab reports.
It is described as the largest gathering of legal practitioners in the world. About 17,000 men and women of the bar are here to appraise their professional standards and to adopt new ones. But they are equally going out of their way to support the young administration of President Bola Tinubu. They want the number one and other Nigerians to get it right as they chart a new course of nation building.
We have decided to go on with this conversation around the thematic areas of security, economy, and administration of justice, because these are matters that are of great concern to the people of this country.
Here, in the midst of barristers, is an astute accountant who understands their contributions to democratic values, while is ready to spearhead necessary changes in the approach to governance and to continue to take bold decisions for the growth and prosperity of Nigeria. He is again asking for the support of all Nigerians.
The challenge is all for us to pull together a united Nigeria, committed to national greatness, unless we do it by ourselves. Unless we employ change of mindset, we cannot achieve the desired progress. I'm not being cynical. I'm being factual.
As President Tinubu pledges the commitment of his team to deliver a greater Nigeria, is equally soliciting the support of these solicitors on this journey.
Men and women of the bar, whatever it is that I'm doing right, remind me, I will continue to do them. Whatever it is that I'm doing wrong, tell me, I will change my course.
Coming so soon are recommendations from none than a world-class entrepreneur, Tony Elumelu, suggesting investment in infrastructures, poverty eradication, and empowerment of young Nigerians among other solutions to fast-track the development of a country.
Transforming Nigeria is a journey that demands our collective dedication. Building across political affiliations, ethnic differences, and socio-economic differences. Building and transforming our nation is one that is not the responsibility of our government alone. Great nations start with great people, not great leaders.
My humble charge to all legal practitioners in Nigeria, be it of the bench or at the bar, is that in the discharge of our professional endeavors, we should be continually guided by the need to place the interests of the nation first.
The administration of President Bola Tinubu is at the early stage, and these professionals are aiming at the end of this conference to come up with resolutions that can enhance the agenda of the administration in advancing the course of the nation. In Abuja, Musbau and Wahab, NT News.
The federal government has alerted states and relevant government agencies over the plans by the Cameroonian government to open the floodgates of Lagdo Dam on the Benue River. A statement by the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the Cameroonian authorities will open the dam in days ahead due to heavy rainfall around the dam catchment area in northern parts of the country. The statement urges National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) to take necessary actions that will mitigate the damage, as well as sensitize the states and people living in such areas for vigilance and all precautionary measures. Now, members of House of Representatives representing Ahmed Buhari Federal Constituency, Chinedu Joshua Obika, says he will ensure due diligence and that the right procedures are followed, especially on development of infrastructure for the Federal Capital Territory. He gave this assurance when he visited victims of the building collapse at the National Hospital. The report.
House of Representative member Joshua Obika at the site of the collapsed building where 2 persons reportedly died and about 37 rescued. Joshua Obika appealed to residents to remain calm and adhere to the blueprint agenda on developing the city.
I am pleading with the agencies that is their work, but I know with the new minister that it will be a different ball game at this time. So we pray for the repose of the souls, the people that has died in this incident.
While commiserating with the family of the dead, the House of Representative member expressed satisfaction with the treatment being administered on the injured, wishing all quick recovery. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has warned the general public to refrain from placing congratulatory advertisement billboards in his honor. A statement signed by the Director of Press, Antonio Gunleye, conveys the minister's appreciation, warm wishes and support of the citizens, but requests that billboards and advertisements in that respect be discontinued forthwith. The minister acknowledges the overwhelming outpouring of goodwill from the residents of the FCT and beyond. He, however, adds that in the spirit of public service and commitment to his responsibilities, his mission is to assist President Bola Tinubu in realizing his vision and the renewed hope agenda for the nation. The statement added that, as the FCT minister, his firmest duty lies in contributing to the development and growth of the territory and the well-being of her residents, as well as the nation as a whole. He pledges to remain dedicated to fulfilling his role with utmost sincerity and dedication. Nyesom Wike looks forward to working hand in hand with all stakeholders to build a stronger, more prosperous, and united FCT and Nigeria. Now to health. Hepatitis B, malaria, high blood pressure, and typhoid fever are among the illnesses discovered to be the worry of residents of Katampere Extension in Papi. The Redeemed Christian Church of God Province 10 made the discovery while carrying out a corporate social responsibility in the area. Serafina Okonomekwe reports.
As early as 7 a.m. Saturday, residents of this community, both young and old, converged at the local education authority primary school Katampe 1 Pape, Abuja, to take advantage of the gesture to know their health status. This, the Redeemed Christian Church of God organizers medical teams say, it's part of its Christian social responsibility. And for the beneficiaries, they are grateful to God and the church as there was no discrimination of faith.
If you look at what is happening in the area here, sickness, malaria, typhoid, everything. But with this thing like this, I believe they are helping us, and we appreciate it.
I was told to be resting because my BP is kind of high. So they said it's due to stress that I should be resting.
The organizers say helping the vulnerable will go a long way to reducing financial burdens of the people, as the community lacks basic primary health care center, coupled with the current economic challenges of the country.
The essence is to not just to people in the church alone, but people also who are part of the community should benefit. They should feel the impact of the church in the community.
There is a resident doctor that will be doing for follow-up, and if there is a need for us to take the patient to any government hospital, the church will definitely arrange for it.
Meanwhile, those with severe health challenges, the medical team said, have been referred for further treatment. Serafina Okon Omekwe, NT News.
An Islamic scholar and convener of the annual Al-Habibiyya Teenagers Workshop, Imam Fuad Ademi, says, inculcating the right moral values in the youth requires a deliberate guidance and careful mentorship. The cleric stated this at the closing of the 11th edition of Al-Habibiyya Teenagers Workshop with the theme, Modern Minds for a Corrupt-Free Society.
This program, I think, it's a deliberate theme now.
With all intent and purpose, 118 teens drawn from Federal Capital Territory and neighboring states were camped for 2 weeks, undergoing tutelage from a pool of resource persons. This exposed them to general knowledge of faith and social behaviors aimed at instilling character and the fear of Allah.
We also introduced them to praying, to be able to depend on Allah, especially waking up in the night to pray, which is missing among most of us today. And we introduced them, and alhamdulillah, they are proud and they are happy about it.
The quest to join hands with governments and relevant institutions for a corrupt-free society remains an objective the organizers are still interested in. As such, the sustained advocacy around character molding and leadership training, especially to the younger generation.
Having been elected as a leader, do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the rules and objectives of this great camp.
Socially conscious and politically active with the fear of God.
We had speakers from the ICPC, the EFCC, and Active coming to give us lectures, give us awareness concerning how to breathe. We had nurse and pilots and some other professions coming to talk to us about career prospects, what you can be. Internet doesn't always tell you everything. It's better to have discussions.
I was able to build myself. I was able to build my self-esteem. I was able to gain knowledge on different subjects and human mentality.
With the number of participants increasing yearly, organizers say there is the need for all-round support in order to strengthen goals and objectives for target beneficiaries. Abdullah Hajia. You're watching the 1 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Still to come on the news. Forum of Heads of Nursing Professionals advocates broadening of knowledge to enhance practice. These and more in just a moment.
Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The Unity Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja.
Would say have a lovely day.
Thank you for staying tuned. Now, clinical competence and broadening of knowledge. Broadening of knowledge by nursing professionals are factors that enhance nursing practice in Nigeria. That was the standpoints of interested parties in Kefi during the 20th Annual Scientific Conference of Forum of Heads of Nursing Institutions in Nigeria. Christy Ayagba reports.
The conference brought together medical experts across the country, networking on how to come out with new policy interventions that will improve healthcare service delivery in Nigeria. Permanent Secretary, Nasarawa State Ministry of Health, Janet Ambazo, emphasized on the need for nurses to leverage on the modern technology, which is the only way they can meet up with the emerging challenges in the health sector.
We have taken swift action to elevate the nursing or the School of Nursing to the status of College of Nursing.
Experts at the conference challenged participants to embrace the reform in nursing practices, which is in line with government's effort in reforming nursing curriculum and practice.
We signed an MOU with the National Board of Technical Education, and we also agree that all schools of nursing be upgraded to the collegiate system.
I have gained a lot. Many of our members that are into this program, they will also have the educational update of the activities of our National Military Council of Nigeria.
Nurses are facing serious pressure. In the hospitals, they are not enough, and also in the public, the healthcare industry, nurses are not adequate.
Participants say the conference has broadened their knowledge on new trends in nursing profession.
A lot of reforms has been mentioned in this conference that we have also been witnessing, which is going to bring a lot of quality information and activities to nursing practice, not just practice, also to nursing education.
It's very important that we keep ourselves abreast with the current happening, especially in this era of reform in education.
Before we go to practice, it has to start from the nursing education. So if really the Nigerian nurses wants to go in line with the global practice of the new nursing era, so definitely we have to change our educational systems.
The theme for the conference is nursing education and practice sustaining the reform. In Kefi, Christy Ayagwa, NTA News.
Now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has reassured Nigerians of his commitment to reform the economy and strengthen national security as a major boost for increased growth and investments of nation building. The president stated this at the inaugural Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja, while congratulating the new ministers on their appointments and assumption of office. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu charged them to give their best and work with him in transforming Nigeria. He further promised Nigerians to continue to keep an open ear and hear to their needs that centers on national interest. Details of this in our subsequent bulletin. Medical experts have advocated hygienic solution to managing meat processing from slaughter slab to consumption level rather than use tires to roast, exposing consumers to cancerous substances, more so with anthrax as a health scare. Hakimat Aliyu in this special report takes another look at risk businesses going on at some slaughterhouses in the nation's capital, Abuja.
In view of the growing concern over consumption of meat, a favorite in many homes, Practitioners over time have rung the bell on the need for caution. Also, the continued use of tires to roast the animal's skin, which is manifest in most abattoirs, is another growing concern on food safety. This is aside the environmental degradation and pollution of the atmosphere.
The smell that is coming out of there is something else, and the smoke from the abattoir. So we need to do something so that it will not cause sickness to people.
I see them burning animal skin with tires, but they say that is their own way of understanding because they don't have the equipment to burn it in a legit way. So they say that is how they used to do it. But that is not encouraging because after burning the tire with the skin, they will simply bring the skin for us to buy and eat.
Speaking of camera, a young lad who makes a living off the business sees the use of tires as a fast process by which the hair on the skin of the slaughtered animal is removed.
The whole atmosphere here is covered with smoke emanating from the roasting of animal skin around this axis of the abattoir. What's the health implication of this?
A veterinary expert, Dr. Bala Mohammed, condemns this practice, blaming it on ignorance.
So using tires to burn what we eat, be it the skin or the meat, is actually a no, and it's a way of introducing carcinogens, cancer-propelling chemicals into the meat that we consume. And those who practice the use of tires and burning the skin should be educated to also understand that whatever they seek to gain from burning the skin or selling the skin can be gotten from other things.
The expert maintains that there are alternatives and healthy ways of deskinning animals rather than the use of tires.
Those going for the delicacies in terms of pomo and what have you that is derived from preparing this skin. There are many other ways that are environment friendly that you can take off the hair, having to do with industrialization and technology. Even boiling and having to shave will suffice.
Tires are also believed to contain toxic substances which contaminates the environment. Hence, relevant authorities are expected to take urgent measures against this practice. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
A 4-day area command camp was organized by the Buhari area commands of the Man-O War with the theme raising youths that would adopt discipline as a lifestyle. It was attended by members of the Man-O War in Abuja. Wayne Dogo brings us details.
It's been up and doing to see to the success of today's event.
The camp, which took place at the Government Day Secondary School, Duse, had in attendance 208 men of the Man-O War, which include 29 officers and 179 men from other ranks, consisting of the Jaji Unit, Rescue Unit, Alpha Unit, 3 Arms Units, 3 Marines and Artillery Units of the FCT. The Buhari Area Command Camp was organized to train and retrain members of the Man-O War through drills and other physical exercise. They were also taught how to imbibe moral values and discipline that would help them carry out their affairs when the need arises.
The essence of this camp you are seeing is to train the boys on regimental and physical fitness, that if they go out, they can be able to take care of themselves and other people on the street that are roaming about. So we train them to go and train the trainees again. So all other armor uniform, as far as from inspector rank and above, they are undergo manual training because we train the leadership courses in all aspects of the uniform organization.
There's no any training that you think that you are perfect. You need to keep training, so you keep learning. So in terms of going to camp, you have a lot of wisdoms. So not only camp, you become a leader, not only a leader with sense, a leader with discipline.
I learned a lot. Being together
work as a team to build the organization.
Highlights of the event was a football match between the Buhari Area Command and Ama Command. In Abuja, Wayne Yugu, NTA News.
Let's now join our sports desk for Sports Brief.
Nigerian heavyweight boxer Ife Ajagba has won the World Boxing Championship title after Zan Kosuboski was disqualified in the 4th round of their bouts. Ife Ajagba had earlier in the fight suffered multiple low blows when he faced Zan Kosuboski in Australia. In football, a team of 37 players and technical officials of Aqua United have moved out of Uyo for 10 days pre-season closed campaign in Iket in preparation for the 2023-2024 Nigerian Premier Football League season. The team trained behind closed doors at the Iket Stadium on Sunday afternoon and will continue their training program at the stadium throughout this week. Still talking football, Nigerian Premier League Eyimba FC have crashed out of the CAF Champions League after playing a goalless draw with visiting Ali Benghazi of Libya in Aba on Sunday. The People's Elephants needed just a lone goal win to progress, having lost the first leg in Libya 3-4 last week. With Sport Brief, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
Sports Brief brings us to the end of the 1 p.m. news. Thank you for your time. There will be more news at 7 and updates. I am Abdullah Hajia. Good afternoon.